We'll start it out with an opening statement. We'll turn it to Les and Larry for questions.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Obviously a big win. We needed it. Never happy about being 2-4 at home in the league, but when you start out 1-4 in the league, you're happy about being 2-4 in the league. Teddy, I thought, was a little shaky early in the first. Obviously walked a couple guys, but recovered, made some really good pitches to get out of that inning, and then really after the home run, kind of flipped the switch, and I thought threw the ball really well. So really happy to see him get up to 80 pitches and give us 5 really good innings and give the offense a chance to get rolling. Offensively, the big days today, Tinsman and Cecere, had the 2 big days today. Cecere comes up in the first inning with 1 out and 2 strikes, and it's a 2-run single to right was huge, and then Tinney with the 3-run home run. And then Adam gives us an insurance run with a home run. Jake Reines gives us, with 2 outs. Jake Reines, both those Cecere and Reines with 2 outs to, go from 5-1 to 7-1. It was a huge momentum swing. And then obviously Pierce Bennett's double to get us to 8. But, obviously better at bats today, and just a good solid team win. Crawford Wade was really good today. I was really happy with him. Cam, quite honestly, didn't have his best fastball today, but, found a way to get us 6 outs and get us a much needed W.
I guess my first question, Tom, is what were the magic words from Moose on the mound in the first inning? Because Teddy seemed to really settle down after that.
Yeah, no, I think that first inning, he just went heavy slider after that, after the 2 walks, and was able to make some really good pitches. But, for me, where it really flipped was after the home run. That's where you start to saw Teddy get just a little more confidence in his fastball, and he threw a ton of strikes from there on in. He had 3 walks on the day, but 2 of them in the first inning, only had 1 other walk. So, I was really, really pleased. And I think it was just him, kind of, he hadn't been out there in a while. Georgia Tech, he kind of pitched in a low leverage situation. That was his first time in a leverage situation really since Florida State. Happy to see him back out there.
It's we see a lot of people talk about Cam Manassi and how good he's throwing, but are we maybe overlooking just how good Crawford Wade has been this season?
Well, we aren't in our coaching staff. We're not overlooking it at all. I mean, between Crawford and Gabe Golub, Derek Crum, even Cam Manassi, it's good to see Eric Adler get that inning. The bright spot of yesterday was Eric Adler, seeing him look like his normal self. So, if we can have those 5 guys, pitching, like they've shown, and get ads where we know he is, it's a pretty stout bullpen that we can rely on.
Was this kind of a toughness check on your team to see how they bounce back after not really being ultra competitive in the first 2 games in the series?
No, for sure. And again, Friday night it was a competitive game, until we, the 4-run inning, we kind of, tipping our pitches there and gave up the hit to take it, from 3-2 to 7-2. But yeah, I mean, it was gut check time. I mean, it was again, it's hard to say March 27th, there's such a thing as a must win, but the reality is, you're always kind of eyeballing that 500 number in the league. And, as far as NCAA tournament bids, if you fall too far behind 500 in our league, it's hard to play catch up ball. So the difference between being 3 games under 500 and 1 game under 500 is huge.
Tom, if they'd have said to you when the schedule came out through this stretch, you were going to be 4-5, your reaction would have been?
I would have probably been a little disappointed. If you told me 5-4, I would have said, I'll take that. 4 and 5, I'm a little disappointed in, especially considering we won 2 out of 3 at Georgia Tech. But again, if you told me we were going to be 18-6, if we're gonna play the rest of the year at a 750 winning percentage, I think we'd be pretty happy with that. So again, couple games we wish we had back. Coastal game, one of the Florida State games, certainly. But otherwise, we've played pretty good baseball. We ran into a hot Virginia team with, 2 good pitchers. My guess is you'll see the kid who started against us yesterday, you'll see him move into the starting rotation more regularly here, starting next weekend.
Yeah, they had said in the fall, they kind of thought that would be his role in the starting rotation, then switched it up. With McGraw, I think that's as good as I've seen him for as long a period of time, over a number of innings. And when he missed, he was missing close and he was around the plate. That sends a pretty strong signal to the rest of the league that's watching. They see this is the Sunday guy and say, holy crap, we got to bear down the entire weekend. It's a little bit of an intimidation factor when you look at your rotation that way.
No, for sure. And I was happy, again, the stat line probably didn't show it, but I thought Josh Hartle took a good step forward from Georgia Tech to this past weekend. His changeup got better as the game went on. He threw some better breaking balls. He had better angle on his fastball. So, he's got like one or two things that he needs to clean up, but I think we could see Josh Hartle, really start to take off for us too. So if we can continue, and again, Rhett Lauder, didn't have his best changeup, but he still, found a way to keep us in the game. And again, if they don't relay pitches there in that inning, that game might have turned out entirely different.
Well, they certainly looked loose and ready, and there was no tightness. It was just a business-like game, from pitch one, not when things got ahead. Okay, now we're having fun. It was their character really came out from the start of the game, I thought.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think you're right. I mean, it started from the second we all got to the ballpark. We just, as a staff and as a team, it was like, nothing but positive energy. The music was blaring. I remember talking to Tito Francona one time at a dinner, and he was talking about when the Red Sox were down 3-0 to the Yankees, and he walked into the clubhouse and it was like a party atmosphere in there. And he was like, he said to one of the other coaches, he's like, they better not let us win today, because if they win today, this could get pretty great. And so, yeah, I was happy to see our guys come out and play loose. Again, no such thing as a must-win game March 27th, but this was a big one.
How'd that series turn out for Tito Francona and the Red Sox?
They won 4 straight, and only because that ball that Tony Clark hit in the right field bounced over the wall, because that would have ended the game, and it bounced into the right field. And because in Game 7, they didn't have Kevin Brown to pitch. The guy that was supposed to make $100 million supposed to pitch Game 7, and he wasn't available for some reason. So I'm not still bitter about it or anything.
Tom, don't ever get Tito on a golf course. He can play.
Yeah, I don't bet anybody in golf. I don't care who they are.
Good
Anything
day.
else, guys?
Good
I'm
day.
good.
Way to go.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Tom.
Thanks,
Congrats on the
Thanks,
win.
Larry.
Thank you.